Tonight, police and explosive units respond to a report of a suspicious package left at the Forestry Science Building.
Then, Hale Bailey and Daisy Dukes, just a few things that our reporters saw at Alpha Gamma Rho Rodeo Philanthropy.
Finally, is the third installment of Iron Man all it's cracked up to be? Allison Headley tells us what she thinks. We'll have all that and more in tonight's episode of the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Thursday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Ashley VanPelt.
And I'm Anna Singer. We're glad you could join us this evening. Tonight's top story. Police respond to a call of a suspicious package at the Forestry Science Building. At 3:45 this afternoon, the Department of Public Safety sent out a timely warning, instructing students to avoid the area between 30th and 35th between Jefferson Way. Today, the Beaver News spoke with officers at the scene.
So about 3 o'clock this afternoon, we got a call from the Forest Service asking us to respond to a suspicious package. And according to their protocol, they treated this package as suspicious. So we got the call. Troopers from the Oregon State Office here came over, secured the building, evacuated this section of the building, and we got the OSP bomb squad en route. Went in and checked the device out. Standard protocol, x-ray the device, take a look at it, determine that it was a laptop. A lot of things like things that are just unleft or out of place. Packaging is not necessarily what it should be. You know, everybody gets a piece of mail at time. You know, you get a piece of mail at home or a package from the UPS or FedEx, and you kind of know what it looks like. The packaging is intact and stuff, so if something's weird about that or opened or damaged, it could be suspicious. Something that's left out of place, you know, that could also be suspicious.
Our job is to make sure that we take care of our folks, that we evacuate even if there's a potential that something might be there. And we're doing the right thing in protecting our folks.
At 5 p.m. this afternoon, the Department of Public Safety released an official all clear to the OSU student body email listserv. Police told us that the FBI will be continuing any further investigation.
Have you got a moment to share a pint? How about a pint of blood? It's time once again for OSU Annual Spring Term Blood Drive. This term's blood drive will be held Monday through Thursday of next week from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the MU Ballroom. For those of you looking to donate, the Red Cross recommends that you schedule an appointment in advance. Information for registration can be found at the Red Cross website. Yesterday, we spoke with OSU's Drive Associated Co-President Andrew Henderson for the thoughts on this term's drive.
Recruit donors and volunteers for our upcoming blood drive next week here at the MU Ballroom. A unit is 1 quart of blood. It's just, a little bag of blood from, one unit equals 1 donor. Our record, which was this past fall drive, was 1,118, I think. And so right now we're shooting for 900 to, 1,000 would be great, but realistically 800, maybe 900 if we're lucky. It's our second biggest event of the year, and that means it's the third largest blood drive in the Pacific Northwest, which is pretty spectacular, I think. And yeah, just ready to get some blood.
As a student, have you ever had a class where you had trouble understanding your teacher because English is their second language? Well, you aren't the only one. A new bill proposed by the Associated Students of OSU aims to make the university take steps to ensure that instructors, professors, and teaching assistants who speak English as a second language are proficient in their English skills when they are hired. This was just one of 4 bills to receive their first readings after the ASOSU Senate struggled for nearly 10 minutes to hold quorum. Other bills discussed on Tuesday night include proposals to allow student parents to bring their children on Safe Ride, the Valley Library putting more course materials on reserve, as well as limiting the cost of textbooks. These bills will receive their second reading during next week's Senate meeting on Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Today, the Dalai Lama, spiritual leader of Tibet, visited the University of Portland for an environmental summit featuring concepts of interfaith spirituality and the environment. In the afternoon, Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso spoke with community members about universal responsibility and the inner environment. Tomorrow, the Dalai Lama is expected to speak at the University of Oregon, where more than 11,000 spectators are expected to attend. If you're looking for the last-minute tickets, however, you're out of luck. This event was sold out quickly.
Tonight, the Oregon State University Theater Department will hold their premiere of The Misanthrope, a 17th century French comedy that manners play that mocks the hypocrisies of French aristocratic society. The plot of the story, however, aims to engage a more serious tone when pointing out the flaws that all humans possess. You can catch the show this weekend and next weekend in Withicum Hall at 7:30 p.m. and also an additional performance May 19th at 2 p.m. OSU student tickets are $5 and general admission are $12. Swing dancing, tractor riding, a Daisy Duke competition, and milk chugging were just some of the contests held last night at Alpha Gamma Rho's Rodeo Philanthropy.
This 11th annual rodeo event was put on by the AGR fraternity, who is looking to raise money for future farmers of America. This FFA organization supports middle and high schoolers interested in agriculture education.
Last night, we went out to see what this country ruckus was all about.
Here we are at the Alpha Gamma Rodeo, which is a philanthropy for the fraternity Alpha Gamma Rho, known as AGR. It benefits the FFA.
Oregon FFA supports high school kids doing events such as farm stuff like this or just learning about agriculture.
We're here just having a good time, you know, trying to win some competitions. Did a little Daisy Duke competition and a little swing dancing.
My best part of the whole entire event would probably be the swing dancing contest. I know it's extremely competitive, and my second favorite part would be the milk chugging contest because that's disgusting. I don't know why you'd want to chug a whole cup of milk.
Overall, you know, just a good time, good event with a lot of good friends, and so I think they did a great job. Got a lot of money raised for FFA.
Tonight we had a great showing, and I thought it went really well. I'm not sure what the actual number is, but I believe we raised probably over $2,000 for the Oregon FFA Association.
Pride Week has taken over Oregon State University, and as part of Pride Week, the Pride Center is hosting Queer Campout today in the MU Quad. The campout starts at 10 p.m. and goes until 10:45. Students are welcoming to bring tents, sleeping bags, pajamas, and board games for a fun night out.
Get out. That's the theme of OSU's Pride Week. This Friday, you can get out and go to the Memorial Union Ballroom for the OSU Spring Drag Show. On May 10th, drag queens and kings will strut their stuff at the MU starting at 8 p.m. This show will include a variety of performances and costume contests. Audience members are encouraged to wear creative costumes to create an open environment. Be prepared for glitter and makeup, and tickets are now available in MU 103.
Yesterday, student media was thrilled to host Brian Wheeler, regional acclaimed radio broadcast voice for the Portland Trail Blazers. Yesterday, Wheeler spoke with students about his career path and how he became the voice of the Trailblazers, some of his favorite moments with the team, and how he came up with the famous catchphrase, "Boom shakalaka." We have a portion of the presentation for you now.
I'm trying to say that we're halfway through. Oh, halfway through.
Maybe that your will is tested a little bit about how much you really want something, how much do you know, are you really committed to pursuing something. So, so I think, you know, it's okay to have those moments of doubt and moments of time where you may question things and others may question it for you. But I think if you stay confident, if you continue to feel like you're still going forward, you're networking, you're meeting good people, you're meeting folks that can, you know, can help you and at least maybe be references or sources of advice along the way, then I'd say, you know, continue on the path and don't give up a dream. That's why it's a dream. It's something that isn't usually easily attained. It's, you know, sometimes it's not as much fun if it is. So so there might be some tests along the way, but stay confident and at least you know, try to stay committed to the path you decide is, you know, is right for you. The day that you think you can fool the audience is a dangerous day to get to. So I always try to assume that the audience is as educated, if not more so, than me, and with as many sources of discovery and investigation as there are. In many cases, that's true. So if you don't at least, as the so-called host and so-called expert, if you're not bringing to the game or bringing to the show some level of knowledge, then you're probably not only cheating the audience but cheating yourself.
In full force. The new iPhone person rating application has become very popular among OSU students. This female-only anonymous app lets girls rate their male Facebook friends by a 10-point scale, 4 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. These girls can then rate the guys on a variety of categories, from the mundane, such as appearance, humor, and ambition, to the scandalous, such as sex, first kiss, and commitment. The scores are then posted anonymously for any other ladies to see and rate on their own. Nearly 4 months after it hit the App Store, Lulu has spread to college campuses across the country. So what are your thoughts on Lulu? Is it just a frat boy's ego booster or an excuse for online nastiness? Post your thoughts on our Facebook page at facebook.com/beavernews.
Aim for the sky and shoot for the stars. This is exactly what Andre Paul, OSU student, has been dreaming about since he was a child. Paul, a sophomore at Electrical and Computer Engineering, has submitted his YouTube clip for an opportunity to be one of the first residents on Mars. This mission is called Mars One, and it was put together by a nonprofit organization that accepting applications on YouTube to establish a human settlement on Mars by 2023. If Paul is chosen, he will say goodbye to his family, and he will be in our history books for years to come for being one of the first residents on Mars.
Well, Andre and Tony Stark may have more in common than we think. Both are engineers, and both stories focus around science fiction heroes. This weekend, Marvel Comics' Iron Man 3 was released to the silver screen. Tonight, our own Allison Headley has her critique on this comic book classic for our segment of Allison at the Movies.
Anna, it's finally blockbuster season, and nothing could epitomize it better than Iron Man 3. Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark is now clearly an American cultural icon, with the actor and the character melt into one another, so much so that I can't even tell if it's Downey or Stark in any given scene. But what I do know is that this movie is a perfect blend of comedy and action with some new twists. Those twists are Iron Man's villains, the Mandarin, played by Sir Ben Kingsley, and Aldrich Killian, played by Guy Pearce. Both to date are the best villains Stark has matched wits with in any of the previous 2 movies. Kingsley almost steals the show with the biggest twist of all towards the end of the film. Whatever you do, do not go to the bathroom. Downey Jr.'s fellow troupe members Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts and Jon Favreau as Happy continue their supporting parts. Gwyneth, People's Most Beautiful Woman of the Year, however, plays a much larger role in this and is key to the plotline. Big action and a good story, lots of great CGI work, along with Iron Man, you'll get it when you see it, awesome villains, and really good chemistry between the cast to make me wish Iron Man 4 was coming out next week. Well, at least The Avengers 2 is only a couple of years away. On the Headley scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I give Iron Man 3 a 9.5, with a half point being deducted for the cute kid. You'll get it when you see it, and you should see it a few times.
Thanks, Allison. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Ashley VanPelt.
And I'm Anna Singer. We're glad you could join us this evening.
For more of your Beaver News, be sure to watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter at Beaver News. Have a good weekend.